before I proceed, do you remember the part that we have discussed last week on the model evaluation? Yeah. And under model evaluation, we are talking about how you are going to develop. You have developed the model, and then after you have developed the model, what you should do is that to evaluate the model, isn't it? Okay. Can you recall what are the matrices that we used for evaluating the model?
True negatives.
Okay, lagi. Firstly, before we go to the true negative and or what we call any matrices in the confusion matrix, we use apa dia? Firstly, we use what? We use what we call this one This is correctly classified ataupun kita panggil sebagai apa this one?
Accuracy.
Yes, this is accuracy, yeah. So the accuracy of the model will be used to determine whether the model is good or not. And when you determine the accuracy of model, normally, yeah, 144 if you apply, this is the result when you apply cross validation. So 144 144 is referring to the instances. Okay, instances being tested, yeah. Instances being tested. You need to know that accuracy of the model, yeah, will be determined from test set, from the testing phase, yeah. Normally we use training just to the process of training is to learn, to learn. But to evaluate the model, you use the testing phase. Okay, and the gap between training and testing phase will determine the model will be whether the model is good or not. Remember what will be the the terms that we are referring to showing the gap between training and testing? Apa terms yang kita guna pakai? Which is apa dia? Apa dia? Fit, underfit and also overfit. Ingat?
Oh.
Yes.
Ingat.
Okay, so kalau underfit means that when underfit is not a good, definitely is not a good model, means that the training and the testing will be there is a generalization, too generalized, and then the training and testing cannot learn much, and if you look at underfit, there is underfit. Okay, there are lots of error rate for training is high, testing also high. Okay, the training is very low. The accuracy will be very low. Okay, how about overfit? Overfit means that is referring to to model yang macam mana?
Too rigid.
Yeah. Okay, good. So it's too good. The model is too good, but it too good and very good in learning from training. Okay, so training data set, it can learn lots from the data set, so training data set, but when you go or given a new test, okay, a new test set, it cannot give the right class levels. Okay, so it means that the training accuracy is very high ataupun error rate is very low. For testing, the accuracy is too low and the error rate is too high. So there is a gap for the overfit. For overfit. So we trying to get the optimal fit. Optimal ataupun the best model, which is in between of this, underfit and also overfit. Okay, back to here. Okay, back to here. So classification, the accuracy will be used to determine this model is good or not based on the test set. Okay, this part there is no problem with this part, right? Okay, betul tak? This part you have no problem.
Tak ada.
Okay, now, next is to look at the TP rate and FP rates. Okay, and also what is precision and what is recall. Okay. So how do you get the TP rate and so forth? Okay, if you look at your here, okay, this is the J48. I have run the J48, okay, and then using the cross validation here, okay, and then you get the count of what is here 49. 49 is referring to what?
The true positive for the iris setosa.
Okay, good. So this is true positive means that actual is iris setosa and is predicted as iris setosa. Okay, and then the next one is 47 is true positive for iris
For
vesicalis.
the vesicalis.
Yeah, and then 48 is the true positive for iris virginica. Okay, how about the true, this is true positive for A, how about the true negative?
The right one.
Okay, so it's 47 plus the 48. So this is the true negative when you are talking about iris setosa. Yeah, okay, right. Next, let's have a look at here. TP rate. What is TP rate? What is TP rate?
TP rate.
True positive.
True positive over apa dia? Over apa?
Where true positive plus true negative.
The percentage of correctly labeled data.
Okay, so sekejap, alamak, mana saya punya ni? Okay, so ya. Lari pula saya punya. Okay, so true positive rate is the TP, yeah, the TP divided by the
Positive.
total. Yes, total
P.
positive. Yeah, so means
Oh.
that here, this is 49, right? This is 49, and true positive 49 divide by total of positive is 50. Okay, and
Yeah.
how about vesicalar? 47 divide by
50.
50.
50.
1.
One.
1, yeah, because why? 47, sorry, 50,
Why
sorry.
51? 50.
47 plus 3, so you will get 50 lah. Okay, next
50.
one. Okay,
50 also.
50 also.
divide by 50. So this is the true positive. And then FP. What is FP? What is FP?
False positive.
So how do you get false positive? Yang mana false positive?
The first row for the
Yeah,
iris setosa. The first row, 1 divided by 50.
First row. Ni ke Kamarul? Yang mana?
Let's see. Is it?
This one is
Oh,
actually
no, okay.
referred to the actual.
Oh, yeah. I think
Yang
it's
bawah
the column.
49.
Yeah, the column one. Yep.
Yeah. So false positive should be, ini adalah, this is true positive, right? This is true positive. Sorry. This is
Yeah.
true positive. And this one is false
True
negative.
false negative.
Yeah, false negative. So false positive would be like this. This is false. Yeah, this is false positive. So in this case, we do not have any count. Betul tak? There is no count for false positive. So kita dapat di sini 0 divide by total of this column 49. Then you will get 0. Understand? Okay, understand? Alright, now let's have a look at this one. Okay, sorry. Let's have a look at B. Okay, so how do you get 0.030? How do you get 0.30?
1 plus 2 bahagi 50.
Okay, very good. Alright, so this is 1 plus 2 divided by the total of this column. Right? So 50, 50 lah. Okay, 3 divided by 50. So you will get 0.030. Okay, and same goes to the last one lah, yeah, 0.30. Okay, here and here, and then divide by 51. Okay. How about precision? How about precision?
TP over TP plus FP.
Good. All right. So precision is actually how precise you make prediction, yeah, for that particular predicted. Sekejap wait So untuk apa saya cakap precision, yeah. So precision you need to calculate it based on the total of true positive divide by the count of predicted, predicted class. Like here 49 divide by berapa? Divide by 49, then you will get 1.0. Means that every sample is actually Setosa and precisely been predicted as Setosa as well. So that carries 1.00. Okay, but if you look at here, if you look at B, class level B, there are 47 been predicted as versicolor, alright, out of total of 50. Okay, right, total of 50. So then you can get 0.940. Okay, so do you understand how 0.41 get here?
Yes.
48 divided by 51.
Right.
Okay, so how about recall? Recall ni macam mana pula?
For true positive over true positive less false negative.
Okay, good. So precision is about prediction, predicted. Okay, so recall is looking at the actual, the actual, how much that we have predicted based on the actual count. Okay, now you look at here, there is 49. Okay, and actual count for Iris setosa is 50. So 59 divided by 50, then you will get 0.980. Okay, and the same goes to this one. Okay, and the same goes to this one. So you can you boleh menggunakan analogy which precision is looking into the column, and whereas recall goes to the row in the confusion matrix. So in the context of precision matrix, so recall also representing specificity ke sensitivity? Ada lagi satu matrix yang digunakan.
Sensitivity.
Good. Alright, good. Okay, so from that what we can see is that here for recall, for recall, which classes, which classes, which class is been predicted the most accurate? Look at the recall. Yang mana satu?
Iris setosa.
Yeah, Iris setosa lah, sebab this is the highest one. Okay. Remember that we have example in the class which we have imbalance data set. So imbalance data set, it can predict well for negative. Maksudnya kalau the samples ataupun the individual do not have any disease, the classifier able to predict better accuracy. Meanwhile, for samples with the disease, we could see the example in the slide. It predict very, very low because the recall and also the sensitivity value is equal to 30%. Okay, so this is what we have in the measures, in the measures. Okay, in this case I just want you to focus on this lah, TP rate, FP rate, precision, recall, and recall is equal to the sensitivity. Okay, the rest can be explored later on, but firstly I want you really understand this one. Okay, and the last here, the final, this one is referring to the what we call average. So how you get average means that 0.80 plus 0.940 plus 0.60 divided by 3, because we have 3 class level. Okay, is it clear about this? Boleh faham this part?
Yes.
Okay, this is some kind of calculation that you can be that which I referring to just now. Okay, how to calculate the TP rate, how to calculate the FP rate, yeah, precision, okay, and then recall, right? Okay, and then the next one is that we are using split method. Okay, now I have done this one. For this one is random forest. This one is no. This one is for cross validation. Okay. Anybody can able to explain to or to briefly describe the difference between cross validation and also split? Apa beza dia? Selain daripada result yang you dapat lah. Tapi dalam konteks dia ataupun your understanding, apa beza dia?
The number of instances reduced.
The number of instances reduced. Okay, good. Like anybody want to tambah lagi? Ada sesiapa nak tambah lagi description tadi?
With cross-validation, we are partitioning all of the data into 10 folds or 10 slots, and then we are using 9 of them to do training and the other one to do testing. And then we iterate 10 times.
Okay, good, very good.
For
All right.
percentage split, we take 66% for the training and the other 24% for testing.
Yeah, very good. Okay, so we can make conclusion here. When you use cross validation, it means that every instance is actually being the test set. Okay, if you look at here, okay, this is the fold, the fold created, yeah. So this is iteration 1. There is one first fold with 50 instances, and the second fold with another instances, and so forth. Okay, so technically when you look at total of instances, yeah, it's actually 150 instances been used for the cross validation. When you use percent split here, only 49 instances, because we already split it into 66 for training and only 32% for the test set. So the number of instances used for the test set will be smaller. Okay, smaller, right? Okay, based on this one, yeah, actually, yeah, how we can make conclusion is actually, yeah, right, when we have here is not much significant lah. If you look at here, 96.0784, and then previously is 94 kan? Yeah, 96, yeah, it don't have much significant difference lah. So you later on probably want to try other algorithm as well, yeah, to see whether it has more accuracy rate, yeah. Okay, before that, let's have a look at another information here that been asked. Okay, any question from the questions? Ataupun ada apa-apa yang you need clarification? Ini okay, faham
Faham.
Okay, this one pun okay, repetition. Okay, next, this part Let's have a look at this one. Okay, here you can see that there are two instances. Where these instances? Yeah, where is these instances? Yeah. Okay, we can actually have a look at it, right? And then this is through scatter plot or through the visualization. Okay, and then if you see here, yeah, there are two here. Originally, it is Wajidika, and then it's been predicted as what? It's been predicted as what? Dua ni.
Iris apa tu? Iris rosy color.
Yes, iris rosy color. Or you can click here, and then you can see that the predicted class is rosy color and class is Wajinika. Here you can do like this lah. Okay, to identify what are the ataupun where is the instances. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So for here, definitely also you can do that. The same lah, yeah. Just now tadi, mungkin saya tak tanya dalam slide tadi. Okay, actually you can do the same, yeah. So right, like this. Okay, so you can see there are lots of here error. This is one error and this is 3 error. Okay, 3 instances with error, and there are here 2 instances, yeah, 2 instances with error. Okay, the rest should be okay because it's been predicted in the same actual class level. Okay, right, next have a look. Oops. Okay. Okay, this is what we see just now. Okay, right. Okay, now if you look at the apa nama, the tree, generated. Is it the same tree or is it the different tree?
Same.
Sama kan? Okay, tadi yang konflik tu di mana Oh, I forgot to have a look just now. Apa nama tadi nak tadi? Okay, so there is some conflict if you look at versicolor and virginica. It is virginica, but it might be predicted as versicolor. So virginica and versicolor. If you look at if you look at this one, yes, setosa is clearly can be seen here, yeah, based on the petal width. And then the petal width of setosa must be lesser than 0.6, yeah, 0.6. But if it is more than 0.6, it could be either virginica or versicolor. Yeah, virginica or versicolor. But most of the virginica is more than berapa ni? More than 1.7. Okay, but there is some of virginica also, yeah, here, yeah, some of the virginica also here less than 1.7. Okay, here mungkin there is some noise given here. Okay, virginica ni dia ada apa nama lapse between virginica and also versicolor. And how you want to know, yeah, this is real virginica. Okay, so it's actually based on the petal length. Yeah, it's based on the petal length. Okay, and then if you look at the okay, this is the thing that you need also later on if you want to do modeling. Yeah, you need to look at the generated tree. Okay, in some project, this is quite clear shown here, based on the algorithms and based on the testing methods, both generated the same tree, but sometimes you might get different tree. Yeah, means that it has exactly the same branch value, yeah, and then exactly the same size of tree. Okay, but sometimes you might get different type of tree. Yeah, then here you would need some kind of intuition and also further investigation process on the tree itself. Yeah, okay, imagine that you have this tree. Okay, and you agreed because you are having same tree generated here, so you agreed this is common ataupun this is will be the best knowledge to represent the data set. Okay, so now how you going to do this one? How you going to do this one? Tak bagi jawapan dah ni. How you going to do this one?
Using the tree.
Okay, very good. Ada yang tak jumpa cara macam nak cari ni? Okay, so definite. Apa dia? Jumpa cara tak?
Dah jumpa.
Okay, very good. So maksudnya kat sini, you can have a look at the tree. Okay, alright. Okay, so to determine the apa nama class, yeah, the class level. Technically, decision tree say we do not have to look at the sepal length or sepal width, so we can use the petal length and also petal width. Yeah, so here the petal width is 0.4. Okay, so 0.4 Okay, technically it should be matches, match. Yeah, match to the right, to the left, yeah, to the value of iris setosa. So we can determine this is iris setosa. Okay, and the next one also you can have a look here. It is more than more than 0.4, yeah, so it goes to the right, yeah, the right branch. And then you need to know, okay, you need to depends on the petal length, yeah, yeah, again a petal width here, petal width, which is it should be less than 1.7 here, okay. And then you have to check the petal length, and petal length would be also, yeah, in the right, yeah, in the left branch. So you can say that this is matched to the right branch, and we can classify it as iris
versicolor.
Salah hijau. Okay, versicolor. Okay, so this is how you may use the tree. Means that you pick up the tree and then look at the branch, and then ataupun this one is actually a set of rules, and this set of rules can be transformed into if then else, and then you can apply the value of given attributes to the if then else. Okay. Right, so this is when you can directly apply the apa kata kita panggil tree, but somehow you could go for the technicality one, okay, technical process, which you can transform your data into CSV. Okay, remember in the page 51, which mana? Which is using your previous model, yeah, so your safe model. You can have a look at page 39, yeah, page 39. Okay, so you can save your data into a plain what we call CSV, yeah, and then you can load load the what we call this model, yeah, you can load the model, and then go back to your Weka and then supply what we call test set, okay, test set, and then load your new data set, and then you can reevaluate the new test set with the loaded model. Okay, so you can just follow this step in the book, yeah, and you will get something to do. Yeah, you can have something like, wait, mana saya punya tadi. You can have something like this lah, yeah. So this is the result based on using re-evaluate methods. Okay, boleh faham ini? Can you check this one? Okay, you can check this one, these steps, yeah. Or you have problem for this? Anybody?
So in the output, it says that error prediction for the output. So from my point of view, the 1 and 0.979 is more or less like the confidence score. So why is it called error prediction?
Because this is one in term of Weka punya transformation lah. Transformation is it will be showing by this one, Let me check. This one, okay. So this is error prediction. Okay, so the transformation of they will be using some kind of formula. Okay, let's have a look at here. Okay. Capability. Kejap mana sekejap saya kena recall dulu. This one kat sini kot. Is it here? This one. There's something to do here ya, yang mana kita tunjukkan ya, I can't remember. This is the option here. Okay, this is the option here that show this value. Ya. Nanti saya cek balik bahagian ni yang mana dia akan set this one ya. So actually if you just remove it, it will shows the actual and also the predicted value. So the error prediction will be reflect one of the option that we have in the classifier evaluation. It could be reflect to the, if you look at here, visualize, classify, cost benefit, I guess. Is it this cost curve? Cost curve. Cost curve is under AUC though. This one, I guess.
So in this case, even though the name is error prediction, but it's actually showing how confident the model is to predict the data is labeled like that, is it?
Something like that. Okay, so this is by this one, yeah. Okay. And then actually if it make you confused, there is something that you have to untick. But I can't remember yang mana satu but you might untick that one, and then you can just focus on the actual and also predicted. So it will show you the iris versicolor and iris versicolor like this iris virginica and iris virginica. Definitely definitely we need this information rather than this one lah Okay, so that one is for this one is for test set Okay. Any other questions for this part?
No questions for me. Thank you.
Tak ada Okay. Now let's have a look at this one So this part is about repeating the task, the same task So means that we are looking at the effect of cross validation and also percent split and then the effect of these methods for the time, how much time that we use to develop the model, and then the implication of the accuracy. Same goes to the recall of the each of class So why I'm using recall, because I want to know which class is been detected much more better, okay, whether it's class A or class B and class C. Okay, and then this can be repeated. If you look at the machine learning algorithms, it can be done by changing the cross validation, and then we normally what we want to observe are, even though we have changed a lot of settings, like we have different folds, and then we look at the time, and also we look at the accuracy, whether at the end this algorithm can produce some kind of consistency. Okay, and same goes to the percent split. Actually, what we can do is that we can change some of percent. Like I started with 66, and then I increase it, for example 70, and then I change to 80, I change into 90. At the end, what I want to observe is that whether these algorithms can produce some kind of accuracy, even though we have changed the setting for that methods. Okay, definitely from our observation, we don't want to have something like, for example, if I did cross validation k equal to 10, and then comparatively when we have k equal to 30, the first experiment show the accuracy is too high. For example, it reached 95%. But when you change the cross validation to k equal to 30, like you see that you observe that the accuracy changed tremendously. Like for example, from 95 it changed to 70. So kat situ dia tak menunjukkan consistency in term of learning process. Okay, so what we want to do is that normally in machine learning, when we have some kind of algorithms that you want to test, we also do some kind of setting and change some of the parameters here. Same goes to the percent split. Yeah, so we can at the end saying that okay, the algorithm has produced very good, and then we have showing the consistency in terms of learning from the data set. Okay, this is the important parts of observation, based on different algorithms. Okay, yeah, you can have a look at J48 and then Navier Bayes. Some of you have shown, also have shared just now, yeah. Siapa yang dah share tadi ya? Let me have a look at it. Yeah, Nazmi dah share tadi, yang mana you see that the Navier Bayes got 96. So 96 will be same like J48, betul tak? Betul tak?
Yes.
Okay. And then when you look at percent split, percentage split, Navier Bayes performing slightly better, 94.11 and so forth. J48 and also Navier Bayes, we can say that performing well for this data set. Okay, and then you might want to have a look another algorithms. Okay, remember that we have gone through there are other methods in increasing the accuracy, which is bagging and boosting, and also actually there is another functions that you can have here. Okay, random forest. So random forest is part of the collective intelligence, means that you can apply, for example here, yeah. If you look at the description, is actually constructing a forest of random trees. So it will choose several what we call tree been developed in this, but I can't remember dekat mana dia set kan. Yeah, you can have a look later on. How many tree that we can develop here? Size of bag each percent. This is bag. Print classifier. Number of features, number of iteration. Yes, number of iteration is actually representing the number of trees. Okay, so you might want to manipulate here the data of number of iteration. Here, number iteration, for example, 100. You can increase to says that 200 and so forth. Okay, let's have a look. One cycle for 100. Okay, and then you put a start. Okay. So 100 iterations, yeah, and then yeah, technically if you look at the result for multiple classifier here, yeah, it also produced 96. Okay. You might want to try another methods, which is just now I mentioned. Okay, this is assemble. Okay, and how you can apply, for example, the bagging. Okay, so this is bagging, right? And then you can choose another tree, or you can choose another says algorithm, like you want to apply linear regression, log linear regression, or you can apply KNN here, okay, or you can apply this one. This is under this one, multi-layer perceptron and so forth. Okay, okay, so let us try to apply the default setting. Okay, click OK and then start. Okay, so here if you look at the result of this data set, yeah, for this data set also 96. Okay, let's have try for the cross validation Still around 94. Okay. Okay, and then if you apply boost is another method which we can have in terms of to learn about, to focus on this is interesting. If you look at this, okay, if you look at the Aristotle, okay, it can it actually will learn from the if you look at this one, kita kena tengok dekat dia punya coefficient matrix lah. Okay, this is coefficient matrix. If you look at the coefficient matrix, 45. If you look at the bagging, 46. And then if you look at the false positive, this one is 5. But here, it has only 2. And then if you look at here, false positive here is 4. And then this one is false positive is 48. Yeah. Okay, so this is the problem, not the problem, this is what we can achieve. At the end, if you put it into proper table here, not this one, okay, proper table here, okay, you can have a look at most of time your results of the accuracy would produce up more than 95%. Okay, so this will be a very, very good what I said that just now. This is a benchmark data set, so it has been clean and there is some noise included, and it would always produce error for this always produce error, yeah, so that we can see that which class actually gave some kind of conflict to the machine learning. Okay, so interestingly, if you can try later on to have another data set and look and observe how the machine learning or how the algorithm behave. Okay, so this part is quite important, okay, in relation to the task that will be given to you, yeah, which is about the group project. Okay, before I move to the group project, if you want to ask anything about this. Anybody?
Not at the moment, no.
Tak ada, ya? So in relation to the group project, this is what I want to share also, yeah. So this will be the description of group project. So what you have to do is to find data, yeah, set of data that consists of this will be the criteria that we normally and we also decided that we want to maintain, yeah, the criteria of the data set. So the number of instances should be at least 1,000, and then it can be up 15 to 30, yeah. You could have more attributes. For example, you could probably find data with 100 attributes and so forth. It's okay, you still can use, tak ada masalah. The thing is that what you need to do is only pick up the most ataupun the 30 attributes, relevant attributes from the data set. Okay, and the thing, another criteria will be it should have a mix of numeric and also nominal, and also some missing value at least, yeah. Okay, and you should able to understand what would be the data set domain ataupun the problem, okay, and then find some literatures, yeah, 2 literatures, most significant literatures relevant to the data set, okay, and then I would suggest actually to focus on the classification, because we have done the classification. So and classification would be the considered as form can be very, very important, yeah, for you to apply the machine learning and machine learning algorithms. But you can also, if you are interested to do some kind of association and clustering, boleh juga, tak ada masalah. It's just that clustering will be discussed this week and also a week after the semester break. Meanwhile, association will be discussed later on. So association, if you are going to do association, your time to do to build the understanding would be very, very limited. So that's why I say that to be fair to everybody, why not you just focus on the classification. But clustering also good for you to to do because clustering will be something like relevant to the unsupervised method. Yeah. But it's open to you lah, terbuka pada ikut pada you punya decision. And then what you have to do is that to perform data understanding, firstly on the cleaning data, how you're going to clean data, how you are going to remove missing value, clean the noise, okay, identify outliers, okay, and then you need probably to transform your data. It's depending on the variance, it depending on the how large your data. Sometimes you need to perform the normalization, and if there is too large variance, probably discretization or attributes construction will be needed, or other specific processes need to be done. Okay, and this will be considered as a new data lah, clean data. Okay, before this, in this part also, what you need to do is to like from T30, for example, you have identified 30 attributes, a data set with 30 attributes. Whether do you really need to include all attributes? Itu juga satu persoalan lah. There are certain attributes cannot be included. So you have to remove one by one. So this also need to be done here lah during cleaning and also transformation. There are some kind of misunderstanding happen sometimes where when you are given like this, you just assume, oh, comparison. Yes, at the end memang you kena buat comparison between the the not so called original. Ya.
Itu tak dengar angin
Dengar angin. Okay.
Tak dengar suara media.
Right. Tadi ke ataupun baru?
Baru like 10 second ago macam tu.
Ya. Dah
like
dengar?
10 second. Okay, sekarang dengar.
Mungkin lagging sikit lah kot. Okay, so maksudnya nanti bila you dah dapat data set tu, you kena tahu betul-betul yang mana satu relevant features lah. Sebab ada certain column tu is meaningful, means that it has same like what you have done in the test kan, it have same value for all instances. So it's meaningful because everybody is semua orang mempunyai nilai yang sama untuk column tersebut. Like information like student ID, certain ID, adakah you really need to apply ataupun use this ID? Itu mungkin kena fikirkanlah. So don't assume. Sometimes there is a conflict there. Students kata, oh, because dalam description kata kena gunakan semua features. No, means that you really need to look at what will be the relevant features for the data mining. Okay, so after there is another process which is reduction. Okay, so technically what you have to do is like this. The flow chart is like this, means that from the data you have to identify the relevant features and then develop the model using the algorithm, evaluate and perform description and so forth, identifying the knowledge. And another second phase will be on the reduction, means that your data will be reduced. Means that you are choosing certain set of attributes, and this also will be developed, and then this also will be trained using a model and evaluate and using the tree to describe the knowledge. So this will be goes to these activities lah. The description of the development will be here. how you test will be involved cross validation, percentage split, yeah, and then you have to look at the discussion. You have to discuss the result of each, okay, and then generate the tree and look at apa nama accuracy, look at the error rates and so forth. At the end, you have to make comparison on that. Okay, this is optional. This is optional if you want to do on this other apa nama method. Right, so another information, another about the task is a group task, so you can do it 5 members, okay, and then the presentation will be within week 13 or 14 to be confirmed, okay, and it could be in the live presentation or in the voiceovers in your slide, okay. All submission will be in the soft copy definitely current, and then it could be in the slide presentation or it could be in the Excel reporting. Some of the student want to use Excel, so tak kisahlah, tak ada masalah pun. Okay. And yeah, no group can use the same data set. So I'm going to put the timeline for you to submit the apa nama? The data set and also the link to the data set. We are going to further discuss for each data set during apa nama after the semester break lah. Okay, so we try to make this group project as a progress, yeah. It should have a progress lah. Group project jangan don't put it into like minggu depan nak submit, minggu tu you baru sit. No, put it as one task that you will do it apa nama slowly but surely, and it has progress so that you could understand further on each of given task, yeah. Okay, where you can choose your data, yeah, you can use Kaggle, and yeah, I would like to see the reference of the Kaggle, because Kaggle ni pun sometimes, because there are so many references, there are so many resources in Kaggle, and then there are so many person, or there are so many research you have done on the data set, and some of the solution is there. So that's why you need to show that this data set ataupun this reference will be significant for your group project, and it does not have any solution before. Bukanlah tak ada langsung solution, tapi bukanlah something yang you just follow the steps or just mimic the steps, yeah. Right. Okay, this will be the submission process lah. Okay, so yeah, overall is like that. Okay, the task of the group project. Okay, ada lagi satu yang I share dengan, this part. Okay, so technically what will be assessed from the group project will be the lifelong learning, yeah, from the first part, yeah, and then we have model, yeah, for the data preparation. We are going to look at the data preparation, model development, and also how you evaluate. Okay, so itu sahaja untuk model. So I think the total marks, the total marks will be 15, 30 plus 10, 30, 40 lah, ya. Yeah. Betul ke saya kira? 30, 40. Betul. Yes. Yeah. So 40% of coursework, yeah, will be from this group project. So group project considered as very, very important, yeah. And you need to show your show your effort, yeah, in doing this group project. Okay, boleh?
Boleh, madam.
InsyaAllah.
Ya. Okay, so nanti saya akan beri timeline untuk kita update sama-sama on the progress of the project, ya. So I think that's all for today's discussion. If anything that you want to ask, please do. Kalau tak ada apa-apa pun tak ada masalah.
Madam, saya just nak inform yang ada kawan saya nama Hakimi, dia tak dapat masuk kelas sebab dia tengah dekat hospital, masuk emergency.
Oh ya ke? Di kat mana tu?